Hi Sagittarius, my name's Leona from Supra Conscioussoul, and this is your May general reading. So I see, Sagittarius, that this month you're in kind of hermit mode or Virgo mode. You're looking back at past relationships, you're looking back at the way you've done past things, and you're deciding to use that wisdom and that knowledge now to move forward. Now you're realizing, look, I've seen what's going on in the past, and now I can move forward away from that energy, which I like. However, you do have daughter value in reverse underneath the deck here. And it's a number 4, and it's talking about there's an instability in terms of finances for you right now. It could be that you just missed an opportunity. It's that something's just not quite going as you planned it, yeah, and that is causing a big impact on you financially, possibly at work as well. It's also saying that it's reflecting in your relationships, let's say. So if you're putting all your value and all your worth on this thing or this thing that you're going for, this position, this job, this opportunity, this door, and it closes, then your value kind of, if that diminishes, it's saying that's going to reflect in your relationships this month. So it's best to kind of keep ahead of that, let's say, and that is kind of shown in your reading. So you come in with your first card as the 10 of Wands in reverse. So this is saying that you're coming in, releasing burdens. You was carrying a lot of weight before. You're deciding, look, some of that weight's not even mine. I'm going to release a few of this. I'm going to drop it before, I'm going to let go of some things before I drop it. It's releasing some of the burdens around you, releasing some of the weight that you've been carrying. Now, I feel like it could be a situation at work where you're feeling like you was needing to carry all that weight, yeah, and you wasn't kind of distributing it. You was just being your strong Sagittarius self and saying, look, I can do this. And it was causing a bit of an imbalance, or causing you to feel like you was constantly juggling. It could also be affecting finances. It's like that things weren't quite in harmony, yeah? And it's also about not seeing your ships coming in here. You're feeling like you was putting your energy into something and you wasn't getting a return from it. And it was draining you either financially or within your energy, yeah? You also then have the Lovers card underneath here. Now, this can talk about communication. It can talk about communicating relationships. So it could be at work that you had to communicate something, and then there's kind of like a change around. It could also be that in terms of your relationships, you stopped taking some of the weight, and because it was causing an imbalance, you could have been the one paying most of the bills, or you could have been the one picking up X, Y, and Z from school. Or it's that kind of energy where you feel like now you're at this place of counselling, you're at this place of new beginning. It's like you're both wanting to be accepted for who you are, yeah, or you're wanting to be accepted for who you are. It's also the card of Gemini, communication, allowing a little bit of vulnerability. It's saying also beware, because remember the daughter value card, and now we've got the Lovers. So it's saying that your value is going to be reflected in the relationships around you as well. And it's saying that how you feel about yourself is being reflected back to you within relationships. So there is that worry there. We do have this engagement or this deepening of a relationship or this new relationship that comes in that kind of bowls you like head over heels, yeah? There could be wary of an infatuation with the Lovers and the Two of Cups as well. Either you or them could be infatuated, and it may mean that your decisions are not coming from a sensible place, let's say. We've also got the Hermit card saying to look at your past relationships. I've just seen the Fool card in reverse as well. So it's saying that you need to kind of not be reckless here, yeah? Not be reckless in how you're moving forward. We do have the 5 of Pentacles in the center. Now, this talks about financial difficulties, but it can also talk about, in terms of relationships, it can talk about marriage or commitment, like they're out there together sort of thing. Or it can also suggest that for you guys this month, it's like you may have the love and you may have the relationship with the Lovers and the Two of Cups. However, financially, it's like it's good for love but not for money for you guys this month, I'm afraid to say. However, in terms of love, there is more communication, there's a deepening, there's moving up a level. That could also come from that communication that you had in terms of work, or in terms of finances, or in terms of gaining more stability. In terms of that job, this 8 is a very spiritual card, and it does talk about communication coming in terms of email, phone, etc. like that, or letters. But however, I would say that that moving up is possibly more to do with the relationship, or leveling up in terms of how you put your energy into relationships, let's say. But it could also, the daughter value is also saying that it's less about the material, it's more about the spiritual, because you do have daughter spirit in reverse as well here. Now that is a 5, and it talks about changes. So it's saying that you're going through a lot in terms of your physical life right now, in terms of your work, in terms of finances. There could be bankruptcy, there could be you could be worried about losing a home, you could be worried, feel like you've just been left out in the cold in some sense, whether that's an opportunity or physically. But the daughter spirit card is telling you to remember that you do have this inner spiritual life. You do have this deep inner life. You do need to connect more back to your spirituality at the moment, because it's like you're focused on the material and the stuff that you have to get done, as opposed to your spiritual life. Connect back to your spiritual life, and in terms of then you will see more opportunities opening up for you. It's like spirit will open these opportunities up for you. It's not about you going in with your energy at the moment, because you don't really have none. So externally, you need to go back into the internal. You need to go back into the prayer, into the meditation, into the self-reflection, into just lighting candles, incense, connecting back to your spiritual life, cleansing your environment, opening up the doors and windows, clearing the air, yeah, whichever way you connect back, because there's a journey that is being blocked for you. Now, this is number 2, and it's saying because this decision that you're having to make, there's a decision that's coming up that you're going to have to make. And it's about whether you kind of just go out there and take on the world and experience what it is that you want to experience. Because I feel like that daughter value set you back a little bit. It set you back in terms of your foundation and who you feel like you are. So you may be scared to go out on a new journey. However, there's a new journey coming. Let me go deeper into this as well. So, you seem to be moving up. So the past row, you're releasing this baggage, you're letting go of this, you're opening up in communication. There's relationships coming in that you've had reflected back to you, or there's a deepening, there's a marriage counselling, there's more of a commitment, there's feeling like you're in it together, there's a moving up. And then all of a sudden, we have this 10 of Swords. Yeah. This 10 of Swords is like, this is heartbreak, this is betrayal, this is like, you know what, I've had enough. And the reason I know you've had enough this time is because this is the 3 of Wands, and it talks about making, like, acting on a decision. So something happens, this 10 of Swords happens, I don't know whether that's, it doesn't have to be in relationships, it could be in any area of your life. We do have Uranus coming up in Taurus on the 15th, and that you are to expect the unexpected there. So we now see you deciding on a new course of plans. Now this is a new course looking into the future. This is taking on a new task. With the daughter value as well, it's telling you to also open yourself up to new avenues, possibly. Maybe you're trying to push yourself through a door that isn't yours, and that's why you're feeling left out in the cold, in a sense. But we have this sense of, you know what, I've had enough of this. I can't take no more. This is mental anguish, yeah? This has to be the end of this. Otherwise, there's a breakdown. So instead of breaking down, it's like you make this movement or you make this change. But that's where the journey card comes in now for you. So in order to flip that journey card, you need to take that chance. And this is very Sagittarius energy, where you don't exactly know where you're going. You know what your goal is, but you don't necessarily know how you're going to get there. It's also knowing that you've planted the seeds for this goal, and now you're waiting for your ships to come in. But it's very much about you connecting to your spiritual life this month. There's also this card of Six of Cups. Now this Six of Cups is something from the past, or you're leaving something from the past, because these two sticks are what he's leaving in the past now. Yeah, and it's talking about, yeah, there was good memories, yeah, there was good times, but I feel like you're leaving that in the past in order to make this new journey. Now your final card is self-sabotage. Now this says, when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. So, once you set those plans into motion, don't allow that inner voice to kind of take you off your journey, because there's new things ahead. This is a very spiritual card of a very spiritual journey. You need to move. Nothing is permanent. Change is inevitable. Change is one of the only things that we can rely on. And we need it in order to keep moving, in order to keep breathing, in order to see new environments, in order to travel, in order to... Both of these cards represent travel. Yeah? Both of those cards represent moving forward, represent travel, whether that's traveling how you are in regards to yourself, that's traveling movement in leveling up in how you're coping with stuff, or it's it's travel in terms of exploration, new ideas, maybe nutrition, maybe there's a gift that you have that you're not taking advantage of, and the door to value also asks you to look into that. So thank you, Sagittarius. Take care. Thanks for your likes, your shares and your subscriptions. Stay blessed. Goodbye.